All right. I want to come back again with another quick video. Spirit hit me. I've been praying to the Lord, to keep dealing with me and I, pull out videos and do because I be at this fucking job of a slave plantation 6 days a week, 10, 12 hours a day. And it's taxing. But but the Lord, dealing, y'all right, the Lord is dealing with me. So I want to bring out these something else right quick. I was just looking up, bring it out. The spirit just hit me. But I will start off by saying, Kol Lo Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakat, Kodash, double honors, Apostle Elders, Great Millstone, who will and teach well, Elder Apostle Har, on down, all the Aki and four corners of the earth, keep preach, teach Yahushai in the gospel. Uh, I'm Yaquab from YSO, Yahushai Sanctified Ones. I just want to come to you with this quick video. All right. Slacky one. Hey, y'all gotta. Hey, I'm doing a video. Hey, Slacky, man, this house is getting loud, man. These kids all down here. I need me a room somewhere I can just chill and get quiet at. All right. Slacky. Let me get this. Slacky. Let me read. Let me read this right quick. This is Matthew 27:1. I'm Salakia. Matthew 7:2, 7:1. Judge not that ye be not judged. All right. The so-called white man has judged the Israelites. He judged the whole world for that matter. Because Job 9:24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. All right. So his wicked ass has judged the whole earth. But chiefly he's judged the Israelites. Chiefly he judged the Judites, the hardest. All of our nation has been judged with a heavy fist, but we have had a strenuously hard foot on our neck by this devil for a very long time. All right. It was all Israel has. But he has chiefly tried to take Judah out, the worst, and we've all been dealt with very harshly. From Judah all the way down to Israel. All right, from Judah to Issachar. He's given us all hell. All right. But this is Matthew 7:2. Judge not that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye met, it shall be measured to you again. All right. So I'm gonna play this video right quick, and then I'll expound.
Guilty of initiating any of religious values of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
All right. Well, first, we already know that this ain't no Muslim thing. We ain't into all that Muslims and all that. I ain't with the thing. That's idolatry. That's wickedness. But he says some things that is the truth. All right. The Lord had put truth in him, to a point. So the Lord used Malcolm X to a point to bring out things that needed to be brought out, that people were not able to say at that time. But he was that vessel that the Lord used to put out some truths. All right. So we go back, and I'm gonna finish this video off.
Bombed in the churches. Have never murdered any little girls, as was done in Birmingham.
Really, Jake, and he should have just been like, no Israelite has ever bombed any churches, murdered any little girls. We haven't done those things that Esau has done. We didn't do Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, we didn't burn down Black Wall Street and different metroplexes that Jake had that was making their people better. All right.
Have never lynched anybody.
Right.
Have never at any time been guilty of initiating any aggressive acts of violence during the entire 33 years or more that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has been teaching us.
Right.
The charge of violence against us actually stems from the guilt complex that exists in the conscious and subconscious minds of most white people in this country.
All right. And we went through this thing earlier about the so-called white man being white. He's not white. He's pink. He's red. We played the video earlier in Malcolm X. Not Malcolm X, but it was Denzel Washington when he played. Was it Cry Freedom? It was a 1970 activist fighting against the apartheid in South Africa. The movie came out like 1988, 87, something like that. But Denzel Washington played the movie where, the judge was like, why do you people call yourselves black when you're more brown than black? And he said, well, why do you people call yourselves white when you're more pink than white? And he was like, precisely. We're all fucked up, right? So we all been dealt these lies and these fake false truths, half truths, piece of truths. All right. So he's called him white, but we know he's actually red, pink. Now they look white here. And this is I think I went over a long video I did way before. But this right here, you cannot tell what color these people are up here on the screen. These guys are dark-skinned people. Him, you will take him as a black man because his face is the same color of his hair. That's because this is in black and white because he's more darker complected than Malcolm X is. Malcolm X is of a lighter brown skin tone. He's more of a darker brown skin tone. So in black and white, he looks black. Everything looks black here, right? He looks white because he's more whiter. Malcolm X takes more of a whiter tone because he's a lighter brown tone. But in reality, when you put the color to it, he's a dark, rich brown, he's a caramel brown, and he's a pink and red. But the eyes only see what the eyes see. And this was the power of magic, television. All right, television. All right, TV programming your mind. Okay, programmed us to think of them as to be white because his shirt, now they look the same, look about like the same complexion. Okay, so here it's hard to always tell in black and white. That's why they have black and white TVs. So they programmed us to think through the TV that they're already white. So by the time we start seeing that they're red, you don't see that they're red, you only see that they're white because you've been programmed already by black and white television because everything is only in two perspectives. It's either black or white. There's no color to it. So you can't see the actual real color. So they got away with their lies. All right. And that's Jeremiah 16 and 19. Surely we have inherited lies. Okay. So let me finish off playing this.
You know that they've been violent in their brutality against Negroes. And they feel from the guilt complex that exists in the conscious and subconscious minds of most white people in this country.
Mm-hmm.
They know that they've been violent in their brutality against Negroes.
Right.
And they feel that someday the Negro is going to wake up and try and do unto them as they have done unto the whites, as the whites have done unto us. We are the violent.
All right, so that's scripture. But right here, that's why I start off with Matthew 7:2. All right, judge not that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. So, like he said, they're in fear. They're in fear that they're in fear that the so-called black man is going to do to them as they have done unto the so-called black man. All right. That's the fear of the so-called white man. That's why he keep fighting. He keep killing. He keep, even to this day now. Now, this is 1963. And yeah, he's still putting us to death. We're still under his slavery. We're still under servitude. All right. We're still going through hell on our jobs. We were still going, we're still suffering under this devil. That's Deuteronomy 28. You should go to him, to your enemy, for the warning of all things. All right. And so we're still under this oppression. All right. And they still been able to judge us, and they're meeting us with these measures. But these measures are going to be met unto them. And this is what they don't understand. So all they're doing is just working they're working everything. They're working, doing all they work. And it's building up. All their sins is built up into the heavens. All right. And it's going come crashing down on them, and they're gonna have to be judged for what their judgments were that they put out. Okay, they will be measured by their measurement that they have measured the earth. Not only just that they measured the Israelites, and that's the main ingredient, but they have measured the whole earth. All right, by these standards, and and their their falsehoods, their lies, their um um uh, uh their unrighteous decrees. All of this is they're going to be judged by it, and it's going to come back to them. All right. So I want to read another scripture. This is Ezekiel 35:3. Probably need to read up. Matter of fact, I think let me just read up. This is Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and that's Edom, Esau. All right, and Mount Seir is their whole, meaning their whole, all their nation, their whole nation. So Mount Seir is Esau's nation because that was where they all were at. They all started off in the caves over in the mountains of Georgia and Russia, and Slovakia, in the mountains of uh, uh, Georgia over under in our land. They was under us up in the mountains. All right, when we was over in Israel. Okay, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, Esau, Edom, so-called white man, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, thou shalt be desolate. Thou shalt know that I am the Lord, power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. We're supposed to be out of slavery. Our slavery was over, yet we're still in slavery. We're still here in this land, in this captivity. We were never set free. We were never given back our possessions, our monies. We were never given back our women, our homes. We will never get put back into our land. They took our land, and they took our identity, and they stole our land, and they left us over here under oppression, under the devil. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, I will prepare thee unto blood. Esau, you are so-called white man, you are being prepared unto blood. I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee, saith thou. Seeth thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right. The Lord said, blood shall pursue you, seeing you did not hate blood. See if thou hatest not. See, thou hast not hated blood, meaning you slain many, you've killed many, what you did to the Gadites, Issachar, Ephraim, all the South Central Americans, all right, all the tribes, then Judah, all right, Seminole Indians, you've ran through and you have just made a pure mockery of the Lord's people. All right. I'm gonna read down. This is verse 7. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. And I will fill his mountains with his slain men in thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall thy fall that are slain with the sword. And you know what I was saying about that when they say all thy rivers is what's that movie? Tom Cruise. What was that? Is that the end of the world? Or the World Wars? What's that called? Where the chariots came down, it was just killing all them Edomites. And next thing you know, you looked in a river. The little girl looked in the river, and there was nothing but a bunch of dead bodies started floating up the river. All right, that scripture reminds me of that every time. And I will fill the mountains with his slain men, in thy hills, and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword. And that makes me think of that. What is that? World Wars or something like that. If I can think of it, I'll try to find it if I got time. But it's made me thinking that y'all know what it is. Y'all can find it. Everybody can, find it yourself. Or the little girl, she's running, she's on the side of the river. I think she's like drinking water or something out the river. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't know. She was by the river. And then she started screaming or something. And all the dead bodies just came up the river. There's a bunch of Edomites, bunch of dead Edomites in the river. So that's that scripture right there. That's perfect. All right. That's what it's gonna be like, man. That's what we have to look forward to, All right. All right. So, all right. Then I want to hold on. Let me go here. Let's read this other scripture. Okay, this is Joel 3 and 4. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? If ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will rise them out of the place where ye have sold them. And where have we been sold? To America, Europe, all around different lands was weirdly we were from. Like go back to Europe, we were there. They sold off people from Europe to America, sold people from the West Africas to America to Europe. They took Gadites and the Seminole Indians and put them into Europe into slavery. They switch everybody around so you don't know where you at or where you coming from. So and I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off. For the Lord Yahweh Shem shall have spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Because see, at the end of the day, this is it. This is going to be that big battle. This is the end of the world. This is the end of this world as you know it. All right. This is the end of Esau's kingdom. All right. So your judgment is coming. You're going to be judged by that measure that you have met the Israelites by. Okay. Chiefly the Israelites. You measured us heavy with a heavy, heavy fist. So the Lord is going to measure you with an even heavier fist. All right. This is my last scripture. I'm going to get here. This is Obadiah 1 and 8. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? And that's Esau, Edom. And understanding out of the mount of Esau. When I said the mount of, and when you go back to Ezekiel 35, it talks about Mount Seir, and it says Mount Esau, because it's showing you that Esau, Idumea, Esau, Edom are the same thing. Okay, but it's their nation. We're talking about Edom, the nation. Their nation is Edom. The head of their nation is Esau, the father of the Edomites. All right, Edom, Idumea, Adawam. This is you. This is Esau, wasted away, the wasted away people. All right, so you're going to go through this hell that the Lord is going to shed upon you, your whole nation. There's no getting out for you. If you're an Edomite, now there's going to be some of you. Before I go, there's going to be some of you that look like Esau, but you're going to be Jakes. It's going to be Jakes that look like Jake, but they're going to be Esau. All right, so for those that are the speckled birds, hey, you've been blessed. But for the rest of you Edomites that are, it's going to be way more Edomites that's Esau that's not than there are. All right, there's not, it's going to be some of you that's going to be Jake, but a lot of you going to be Esau, and it's going to be a lot of shit for you to pay. All right, you got a lot of hell to pay back. All right, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, And what did Malcolm X said? Malcolm X says because of the violence is that they know that they have put upon our people, that they're so worried. They're so worried. So they their fear keeps making them do more violence and more violence because they're afraid. Fear makes you do things you shouldn't do. And when you overreact, you react in fear and you make that decision. You know, just like when you go back and you and the Moses, when when the Pharaoh wanted to kill all the firstborn. Why did he want to kill them? Because he looked and seen that the Israelites was growing in great numbers. And he said, they're going to be mightier than us. Let us kill off their men. Why? Kill off their boy children. Why? Because the men are warriors. The women, he can keep them. Why? Because the women are weaker. They're the weaker vessel. They're you can put them in slavery, chain them. You do whatever you want with them. But the woman was never made to be the warrior, but you kill off the men because the men are the warriors. So you feminize the men, that's killing them off. See Esau has learned you didn't have to physically kill us all off. You can set us up to believe certain things, to want to be women, teach our boys to be women, take the father out the house, make a man into turn them into an effeminate. Give them drugs, give them violence, give them gangs, let them kill each other, give them jail, give them they figured out different ways to kill us off without actually having to kill us off. And it makes it look like we're doing it ourselves. All right, so I'm gonna read that again. Obadiah 1:10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. I said, the Lord's gonna get fucking rid of you. Period. Point blank. I could keep going to keep reading, but the point is that I pretty much hit the point. So let me jump up real quick. I'm gonna put all the men of thy confederacy have bought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom? And that's what's gonna happen. Okay, Esau, you're gonna be destroyed in the end. And this is your end. Your end is here, is coming. All right. I'm gonna play a little more of this video.
We are taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to obey the law.
No, that one.
In their brutality against Negroes stems from the guilt complex that exists aiding any aggressive acts of the Muslims who have accepted.
Well, it should be the Israelites, not Muslims.
Religious guidance of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad have never bombed any churches.
Right, we've never bombed churches.
We've never murdered any little girls.
Never murdered any little girls. That's right. Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Have never lynched anybody.
That's right.
Have never at any time been guilty of initiating any aggressive acts of violence during the entire 33 years or more that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has been teaching.
And we ain't worried about that.
The charge of violence against us actually stems from the guilt
our nation
that exists
right
in the conscious and subconscious minds of most white people in this country.
That's it.
They know that they've been violent.
They've been violent
in their brutality.
Because thy violence against thy brother. Okay, I just read that. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. And their shame is what's putting them to this position. All right, they're like dogs fighting, and they know it's coming to an end, The Satan's like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And that's what he's doing, man. And it's just making him act violently because he's shaking, He don't know what to do no other way but to try to kill, But it's going to come back to your own destruction.
Against Negroes. And they feel that such violence against us actually stems from the guilt complex that exists in the conscious and subconscious minds of most white people in this country. They know that they've been violent.
They've been violent.
In their brutality.
Yep.
Against Negroes.
Yes, that's it.
And they feel that
Latino Native Americans.
Negro is going to wake up.
They're gonna wake up
and try and do unto them as they
do unto them as they have done unto them.
Do unto the whites as the whites have done unto us.
That's it.
We are the violent group. We are taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to obey the law.
All right. But that was my point to the video. You know, I'm gonna read this off with this one scripture again. Matthew 7:2. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye make, what measure you meet, it shall be measured to you again. All right. And with that said, call on Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah Quadash, double honors to Apostle Eldridge Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, peace, salutations to all you occupant four corners of the earth. Hey, we almost out of here. Keep pushing, keep striving. All you speckle face brothers, keep pushing, keep striving. Keep the faith in Yahushua and the gospel. We almost out of here. Hey, I'm Yaquab from YSO, Yahushua Sanctified Ones, and Shalawam, you know, and the ball, you know, Esau, what measure you have met unto the Israelites, it shall be met unto you. Shalawam.